Hello everybody and welcome to kit 4, which is the beautiful Lily Luna 3D, and it's the, I said Flowers to Love border, and that's wrong, that's the wrong label on that. It's kit 4 and it is the Lily Luna butterflies. So I'm just going to take out what's in your kit. Oops, that doesn't want to come undone. And show you what we've got in the kit. Well, when I can get into it. I've parcelled them up a bit too tight this time, I think. Whoops. Let's get them all undone. Let me get this all out and pop that to the side. So let's ignore that because it isn't the Lily Luna. I thought I had another cover sheet that actually tells you. Just let me get one of the other kits out and I can show you. So that is the cover sheet that you will get in yours, and it shows you everything that we've used, which is the beautiful Lily Luna 3D push out sheet, which you've got 3 different designs on. I'm using the burgundy card, turquoise card and coconut white, and JND 488, the Celtic frame. So everything is all there in your kits. So I'm just going to go through what we have in the kit. You'll have your foam tape, you'll have some foam pads, have a 7x7 card blank and envelope, and inside the envelope you'll have everything cut for you. So I'm just going to take those out, pop the envelope to a side, and as you can see it's a lovely little card, and I've tried to match the colours of the decoupage with the card that I've used. So we'll make a start, pop these things to a side for the moment, and oops, we'll make a start first of all by deciding whether or not we want it as a tent fold or as a side fold. But I prefer the tent fold, especially when there's a lot of embellishments on the front. It does take it means that they stand a lot better and they don't topple. So you have your 2 backing pieces of card, which is the burgundy and the coconut white, which we're going to put straight away onto the card blank. I'm going to use ordinary glue, which is the Craft Artist Super Tacky, which I've just got into one of my smaller bottles. When I can get into it, it's a bit stuck up. Just let me find my pokey tool and just poke down there. That's got it, and find a piece of kitchen roll to just wipe the pokey tool on. I don't want to get glue everywhere, so oops, pop that over there like that. So we'll start off first of all with the burgundy, just running your glue round the edge and just a little bit across the middle. But this glue, it is strong, so that what's on the edges is more than enough to hold it. So then we want to pop this just onto our card, leaving a nice border all the way around, and then we're going to add the white on top of that. And that is the start of our card. And there is not a lot of height to this, so it should go through at ordinary postage rate. It just depends on how you do the decoupage in the centre. So that is the base of the card done. Pop over to a side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start and add the frames onto the backers. Now you can either do this with glue, or you can do it with the 3mm tape, or you can do it with spray glue. I'm going to just go around the edge with glue. Just take it just round the edge, on the inside edge, and on the, on the outer edge. Just, it doesn't matter about on the actual cut-out pieces, this area, as it looks quite nice when they give a little bit of shadow when they are not actually stuck right down. But it's very easy to just run glue all the way around. Oops, let me just move that out of the way. And again, just on this last edge. If you find it easier and you've still got some of the 3mm double-sided tape, that also works very well. So make sure you've got the right side up. These fit exactly onto these frames. So just line it up very gently. I usually turn mine over, and then I'm not pulling off any of the little bits that are tucked in. There's just odd little ones that sometimes you can catch. But that is your first layer. Just pop that to a side. Then we're going to add the inner layer onto the burgundy. And again, just run the glue around this outside edge. A lot of this will be actually hidden underneath, so don't worry too much. But then just be careful as you run it just on this inner edge. It is a lot narrower, but just take it round steadily. And oops. And again, I'm going to add this straight onto the burgundy. And again, whoops, that's moved. Again, just to, it doesn't matter if these edges don't match. Don't worry, because that is not seen when it's on the card. So our next, I'm just going to put some glue, lid on the glue, because it's quite warm in here today. We're going to need to actually put the foam tape onto the back of the first piece that we've done. These are more or less cut size, but if you wish to do them, bring them in fairly close to the inner edge. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off there because it doesn't need to. I'll give you plenty. And again, just bring it on the inner edge and take a little bit off. And just work our way around. And just take that round. And again, just clip a little bit off. You can use these bits for your decoupage, or you can use glue gel, whichever you feel comfortable with, but I have put the foam pads in should you wish to use those. Right, so I've got that done. So what we do on this, we take all the covering off the foam tape. And what I'm going to do is going to position this just onto my mat and hovering over, just try and balance it so you're equal all the way around, like that. So that is quite nice. And then all you need to do on this is put glue just on the back of the inner piece. Doesn't need to be too careful with it. And as there's no right and wrong way, just balance your card and put this equally into the middle. I've got a tiny little bit showing here, so I'm just going to under trim that little bit off. Left a little bit, haven't I, there? And position this centrally with an even border all the way around, and then press it down. So now I'm going to take out my pieces out of my 3D decoupage sheets. Now, you may need to just be careful as you do these. They do push out fairly easily, but it does leave little tabs. So there's 2 or 3 ways you can do it. I'll just get my foam mat. So we're wanting this one, this pattern, this side. So what you can do is take a ball tool and just gently work around the edges. Just helps to break them down. If that doesn't take it out completely, I would just get my knife, and when I find where the tab is, just run the tip of my knife over it. You'll see how it comes off, and just take it round. Some of them come out a bit easier than others, but then they're all out on that. I take them all out first of all and just pop them on my mat, and it's very easy to follow is this of how they go together, although they are numbered on the sheets. Oops. So if you see, they have got the numbers on the sheet. So I'm taking out number 2 at the moment. Again, just carefully go round. That one has just a tiny bit at the top and at the bottom. It's down when you come to the feet, so just be careful. They do come out easily if you're just gentle with them. Oops. And on this you have some landlock pieces here. So again, just carefully run your knife just round the edge, and it all pops out easily. Oops, that bit doesn't want to come there. That's it. And the other side as well. So everybody has their own method of popping these out, so don't think that mine's the only right way. It isn't. It's just what you feel comfortable. Everybody has a different way of doing it. So as I say, there's just a tiny wee bit there, and when it comes a little bit sticky there, if you just run it round, it comes out, or it should come out. So then that is your second piece. And as I say, we work round them. Actually, I maybe got too big a ball tool. Let me find one of my smaller ones, that might be better. Again, just as you can see, just working round. Comes off fairly easily. Any that are just a little bit tight, just catch it, catch the little knob, the little tag, should I say, and whoops. And again, we've just got that little bit in the middle. So again, just see where the little tab is and work around it. if you've got any little white tabs, now as you can see I've just got a little white bit there, so I'm just going to nip that off with some scissors. If you don't want to come off one way, I'll just take it off the other. And that's number 3. And I say there's just a couple more little bits. As I say, some of them come out a lot easier than others, but it's better than them falling out. So that's just left a tiny little knobble there. So I'll just trim that off. So that's that. And then the final piece is just this little piece here, which is her arm. And this is the one that you just need to be careful with because it is quite tight, is this one. But if you do happen to tear it, it's not at the end of the world. So that's all my pieces out for the one we're going to use. You've enough there to make another 2 cards, but we'll probably be using those sheets again during the course of the year because I think they're beautiful. Right, so make a start. Make sure your card is the right way up, and we'll start by just popping this in the centre. Now you can put this on with foam tape, but I prefer to put the first layer on flat. So just run glue round. Just make a little bit on the edges that stick out. Don't want a lot. And, oops, where are we going? Just a dab on where the feet were. A little bit in the middle. And get my tweezers. And then just centre that nicely in the middle. And so we're going to pop these. You will all have some foam pads. I did pop these in, and they are 2mm. Most of them are 2mm deep. They're all 2mm deep, should I say, but most of them are the 12mm square ones. I think 1 or 2 of you may just have the bigger squares to cut down, but they only come in packs of 10. So I did sort of have extras over, and I'm just going to pop these. And the best way I do is I cut mine down into thin slivers so that I can add them. Whoops, that brought that little bit over. Just onto the smaller bits. So you can see these just go onto the smaller bits there, and try and get, whoops, I think that one's stuck to the other one as that, so that's got it. And pop that little bit on there, whoops. And again, with this narrow, pop this one onto there and there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this little bit in half, right in the centre, and put one on one foot, whoops, and the other on the other foot. Oops, it will when it comes off my finger. There, whoops, that's got that. Get rid of that bit. And I'm going to press down in the middle of these. It just helps to release the back. And I just do add a tiny dab of glue on the back of these, just so they don't grab too quickly. It's the same as when you're adding your double-sided tape onto the back of card, it just stops them grabbing too quickly before you've had a chance to position them. Oops. And a little bits off. And that. So again, just a dab. It just stops them grabbing. And whoops, pick that up. And I try to balance as far over as I can without getting in my own light, and balance it straight over, position the foot. Oh, that's just sticking out a little bit, but push it under, and that, put a little bit of glue on there, pull that off. So that's that layer. So then we go on to this next layer. Now with these last two, what you can do is just give them a bit of shaping. It doesn't want a lot, but it just gives them a little bit of definition. That is not rubbing very well. I wonder why that is. Let me try the other one. That's better. And the head. If it doesn't, just rub the ball in your hair. It just does give it just that little bit of grease to just help it run smoothly. So again, just one in the centre, one in the centre of the skirt. Whoops. And I'm going to cut one of these down just a little bit thinner to just go on this side. Whoops, got folded under. Just that goes on there, just helps to support it. And the little bit that's left over, I can just pop on there. So again, just take the backing off. And again, I'll just add a little bit of glue just to stop it grabbing. And oops. My tweezers again. Whoops. Hold it, and again try and reach over so you get it as much in line as you can. They match up beautifully, do these? They're lovely. And then the final piece is the head. And oh, that's I thought that was cut. Again, just a dab of glue. Got a pretty face as this little one. And the final piece is her arm. Now this you will need to be careful and just run a very narrow piece of foam pad just down the side. So it will need to be cut very, very narrow. As you can see how narrow that is. But that then just sits nicely into there. don't need to worry too much about the hand, because what I do with that, when I get them little bits off me, I put a tiny dab of glue on the hand, just so that the hand isn't actually sticking up. It only wants a tiny little dab. If there's too much, just rub a bit off with your finger. And, oops. Balance that, and then the hand will just sit down. Just push that under. And you can add a sentiment across the corner or just leave it without. But that is the card we've done today. That was the sample card. And I hope you enjoy making this card. This is a fairly quick card, so I hope you enjoy doing it. I'm going to show you what the next kit will be, which will be coming out sometime in June. So just bear with me while I get it. So this, just move those to a side. This will be the next kit for June, and I think this is beautiful. And it's using some lovely hunky-dory card, but the designs on it are fantastic. So I have put up a list, started a list for whoever wants to join in. And I know quite a few have already said that you want to join in. But I am going to be away from the 6th of May till the 21st. So some of the kits are sort of getting a bigger gap between them. I'm hoping to get a kit out to you next week, and then there won't be another one until June. So I hope you enjoy making this kit, and I look forward to seeing you on the next kit. Take care and enjoy. Goodbye.